everyone, what's up? Tamara here. Thank you for joining me on the Shelf Addiction podcast this evening. I have a really fun episode, which is episode 17, and we're talking all about the end of the summer and fall book to movie adaptations. I've spotted a few that I find very intriguing. I've read the books to some of them and some I have not, but I plan on reading. And I want to share those with you and get your input on what book to movie adaptations you're looking forward to basically for the remainder of 2016. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Shelf Addiction and let me know which ones you're looking forward to. Are they the ones on my list or other ones? So before we jump into talking about those specific movies, I want to let you know that I do have blog updates at the end of this podcast. So you'll want to stick around and don't miss those. I have some really cool things going on the blog, and I also have some really fun giveaways going on. So I know you want to know all about that. So this list is basically a list, I guess. It's in order of release date of the movie, not by preference. So don't worry about that. As you know, I have not seen any of these movies yet, and I have read some of the books, and I only picked the ones that looked extraordinarily good to me and have caught my attention. So let's jump right on in. The first one is The Light Between the Oceans by M.L. Stedman. It's a historical fiction, and it looks kind of like they've added a twist of romance in the preview. It's a lighthouse keeper and his wife discovers a baby and a dead body near their home off the coast of Australia after World War I. So mystery, historical, and I don't know what else is going on, but the preview looks really good. It's starring Michael Fassbender alongside Alicia Vikander. Oh, I hope I said that right. And the release date is September 2nd. So I know a lot of people read this book. I haven't read it, but I have enough time before I see the movie to read the book. And so I'm either going to read it or download it on audiobook. But this one has been on my list for a really long time, and the previews look really good. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be there for this one. The next one on my list is Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Now, my book club read this maybe last year or year before last. I lose track of the date. But, the group generally liked it. I enjoyed it. But I didn't like it as much as Gone Girl, and a lot of people were comparing that book to Gone Girl at the time. But after I saw the trailer, I was like, wow, this trailer looks so good. It looks better than the book, actually. And if you don't know what this is about, I'll give you a little synopsis. Basically, it's a mystery, and a woman thinks she may know something about a crime involving a couple who she sees on a train during her commute home every day. As she has problems and alcoholic problems and other problems. And as she starts to remember more and more about that day, the mystery unfolds. And it is starring Emily Blunt as the main character. And Tate Taylor is directing. So he's from The Help. So, I like that movie. It was really good. And Emily Blunt, I usually like her movies. And like I said, the preview looks awesome. And this is coming out on October 7th. So you definitely have tons of time to read this book if you want to beforehand. But I suspect that they've made some significant changes to this story just from checking out the preview, which like I said, I don't mind because, it looks better than the book, but time will tell, right? Okay. The next one is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. The Shelf Addiction Online Book Club actually read this earlier this year. Unfortunately, it's my book club and I didn't get a chance to read the book, but, I pulled that book for a reason. It definitely it appeals to me, and I didn't know at the time that it was going to be made into a movie, but pretty much it's about a young boy that is dealing with bullying and his mother's illness, and he does this by inventing a fantasy world filled with monsters and other creatures. So this book got awesome ratings. A lot of people loved it, and so the preview looks exciting as well. This comes out October 14th, and it stars Felicity Jones and Liam Neeson and Sigourney Weaver. So those are all really good, actresses and actor that, people recognize, and I just can't see this being a bad movie. So again, I probably should get on the ball and start reading this book right away. Next up is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. Now, we all know what J.K. Rowling is known for, and that is a little thing called Harry Potter. It's almost funny, it's not really a little thing at all. It's a huge thing, and if you haven't seen Harry Potter, you've been sleeping under a rock. But pretty much, she revisits the Harry Potter universe about, I guess it's about a guy who wrote a textbook that Potter and his classmates would study. So it's kind of almost a prequel of sorts. And the release date is November 18th. The trailer looks really cool and magical. It's definitely more focused on an older group, not, children. And it stars Eddie Redmayne, I believe that's his name. And David Yates has signed on to direct. That's what I know so far, and I do know that it plans on being a trilogy, and so I guess that could be good as long as the first installment is good, and as long as people are still all about Harry Potter. Right now I'm still about Harry Potter. I'll definitely check it out, especially when the story is about adults versus children, so that will be pretty interesting to check out, and I'm looking forward to it. That's happening right before Thanksgiving, so it's perfect timing. And then finally, I selected Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This book, my goodness, I read this book years and years ago. I feel like it's been a long time, but in retrospect, it might have been maybe 3, maybe 4 years. Don't quote me on that. It just seems like it's been forever. There's been several books out in this series so far, and I definitely recommend the book. It was great. I remember it very vividly, and it was something like I'd never read before. I actually gave this book out during one World Book Night that, they no longer do it, but every year, you would sign up to give out, a couple of books of your choice, and you would go and give books to the public. And I really remember that being kind of cool because I was able to talk about the book and why I liked it and why people should read it. It was pretty much just really reinforcing literacy and encouraging people to read, books. And they had a huge variety of books to, give out, and you can choose from a lot. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, I did give that book out, and I definitely remember it. And pretty much this is a young adult novel, and it's got a lot of fantasy aspects, and I love fantasy. It's about a teenager named Jacob who explores the ruins of a strange house on the island near Wales in the UK. And when he goes to that strange house, he finds all sort of interesting people, and I guess peculiar children, as it be. And this stars Ava Green, Asa Butterfield, and Tim Burton is directing. So when Tim Burton is involved, it's gonna be a little dark, as it should, because if you've read the book, it has that little dark, it has a dark feeling to it, which is totally expected, and it's probably gonna just be something that's just magical. I anticipate it being really good. The previews, I can see they changed a few things, but I still think it's going to be a good movie. I suspect they're going to do it right. I hope not to be disappointed. And the release date on this is December 25th. So that is it. I have 5 movies. I'm kind of picky when it comes to book to movie adaptations that I'm going to see. I don't like to watch them all, and especially I don't like to, choose. I'll see some on TV, but I won't go to the movies to see all of them. I'm very picky when it comes to choosing which ones I go and sit in the theater to watch. And even more picky when I have to go back and read books beforehand, which I always love to do. I'd love to see the contrast. So when I can, I do read the book beforehand. So hopefully you guys will be checking out some of those same movies. And if so, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter. And if not, hit me up on Twitter anyway and let me know what you are looking forward to. So we're going to move on now and we're going to switch gears.
It's time for the blog rundown. Find out what's new on shelfaddiction.com.
All right, guys, up on the blog, I have something new, a new feature, and I'm excited to try it out. This is called a speak pipe voicemail. And pretty much you can leave me a voicemail up to 90 seconds, and it's very cool. And I think this is a great way for me to hear feedback from you and get your opinions on things. And I decided I wanted to do a special episode kind of geared at the genre of the month. So what I envision is I will give out the genre of the month, and fellow bloggers, podcasters, YouTubers, booktubers, readers, book club members, anyone who reads fiction can contribute. All you have to do is go to shelfaddiction.com, click on the speak pipe voicemail button, and leave me a message, okay? So it needs to be 90 seconds or less, and you need to include your name, your state or country, and include the book recommendation with the author and a one-liner on why you recommend it. And that feedback could be featured here on, the episode that I talk about that genre. Every month it's going to be a different genre. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what books people recommend. It could be adult, it can be new adult, young adult. It could be, it's really open to every kind of book, really. Just make sure it's within that genre. And obviously, of course, it needs to be fiction. So the month of August, I decided I would make the genre mystery. Mystery/suspense, really. I guess they both kind of go hand in hand. So mystery suspense. If you have a book recommendation for me in this genre, please go to my website, hit that voicemail button, and leave me a message. And if you're from a blog or a podcast, go ahead and leave that information too. I'd love to hear from you. You know how I mentioned a little bit earlier, The Light Between the Oceans, which comes out September 2nd? Well, I am going to see a screening of it on August 28th, and because of my association, I have an awesome opportunity for anyone that would like to see that movie beforehand. And not everyone, but one person in particular. On Friday, I'm going to have a blog post that goes up with a giveaway rafflecopter, and everyone can enter. You need to be local though. This is going to be a promotional screening in Troy, Michigan at MJR at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, August 30th. If you are interested and you want, I think I can get 2 tickets, then you want to check out that blog post and enter. It won't be open for very long because obviously the movie promotional event is happening pretty quickly. So you'll need to apply on that sign up on the rafflecopter and do a few of the different tasks if you want to earn more entries. And that's it. And maybe you'll be seeing that movie before it comes out in September. Also, I have a flash giveaway going right now on my Twitter account. And it is going on until Thursday, August 4th. I'll be giving away a pretty interesting book. It's actually called The Hike. It is a fantasy saga, and it's written by GQ correspondent Drew Magary, Margry. I hope I pronounced that right. It's been described as hilarious and unexpected and undoubtedly imaginative. It's a thrilling novel, and it comes highly recommended. So I do have this giveaway. I can pick 3 U.S. winners. So if you find me on Twitter, I have a link to a rafflecopter, and all you have to do is have a U.S. mailing address, and you can enter to win. It is simple as that. This giveaway is hosted by Viking Books, so thank you, Viking, for offering to give away 3 copies. And I know this is a really quick flash giveaway, so if you don't hear this within the first, 24 to 30 hours of this podcast going live, unfortunately you've missed out, but that's another reason to follow me on Twitter, right? Because I always have fun giveaways going, and I know you don't want to miss them. So thanks for joining me today. It's been a short and sweet podcast, which can be fun at times. I do hope you go to my website and leave me a voicemail about the genre of the month and leave a recommendation. Definitely follow me on social media because, like I said a moment ago, you don't want to miss out on any cool giveaways. That's all I've got for today, but before you go, please hit that follow button on Spreaker, the only place where you can listen live, or subscribe and listen later on iTunes or the Google Play Music Store. That's it again, and thanks for listening, and until next time, happy reading. Bye, guys.